Everybody, we will rock you.
Hey, it's Dave. Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about the Fender Parallel Universe series of guitars. Let's take a close look at these guitars and see what they're all about. So the first guitar in this series is the Strat Tele Hybrid. You can take a look at this here. Features traditional Tele body with professional touches like 3 custom shop 69 age Strat pickups, a Strat synchronized tremolo bridge, and comfort contours. Interesting. This basically sounds like a Strat with a Tele body. I don't see the need for this. I don't see this as being something that is sought after. This reminds me of, do you remember way back they had those, what were they called? Dewey Decibel guitars, and they had the ones where the necks were put on backwards. They were put at the back of the guitar. I'll throw a picture up of it, but it's terrible. This reminds me of that. I don't see anybody who really wants this, a Strat on a Tele body. I don't see the need. Therefore, I don't get it. That's all I'll say. I don't get it. The next guitar is the Jazz Tele. Now, this is a mix, obviously, of a Jazzmaster and a Telecaster. So, to me, the Jazzmaster, the really cool aspect of the Jazzmaster is the shape. I always hated the electronics, the pickguard, everything about it I don't like. Let's take all the things I don't like about the Jazzmaster and put it on a Tele. Great idea. We'll put the Jazzmaster headstock on it, and that should be great. I don't get it. I don't see a need for it. I don't really know people that seek out those pickups. So I just don't see that as being anything that I would get. Not a winner for me. So the first two I would say are dogs. The third is the American Elite Telecaster. Now the American Elite Telecaster, HSS, a supercharged American Elite Tele, features direct mounted Shawbucker humbucker to the bridge, along with pure vintage 64 Tele pickups in the middle and neck position of the beloved configuration of many Nashville players. Yeah, it doesn't seem like this thing is in a parallel universe. I've seen this guitar around. Many people, either make through Warmoth, make a guitar similar to this. Some people hot rod guitars. I think Charvel maybe made a guitar like this years ago. Not a bad guitar to have in your thing, but to be part of this Parallel Universe series, yeah, I would say that's a letdown. Not really a winner in my eyes. So far, I'm not very impressed. The next one is the Meteora. Now, the Meteora features a sleek new limited edition offset body shape with both Jazzmaster and Tele guitar features. The Meteora is distinctly Fender. Yeah, looks like it has, like, the neck is like a 75 Jazz bass. It's a butterscotch guitar, kind of like the Jazz. Also has the, you could say it's like a 52 Tele, the butterscotch. It has the Tele pickups. It's actually the coolest guitar in the bunch. It has a new shape. When I see that shape, I would have much rather have seen a more modern tremolo bridge on it and maybe a humbucker, because that's the look it has. But they weren't going for that. They went for this. I would never get one. The other thing I will say about this is this neck is a C-shaped neck, and it's a 9.5 radius. What that means is all these guitars, basically what Fender makes is just like 100 different versions of vanilla. They feel like that everyone likes the C neck in that radius, and so they put it on everything, and they think like it's a happy medium. Instead of like this guitar would have been, in my opinion, really cool if it had a big U neck like a 51 Nocaster. And then I would say, oh man, that's got a beefy neck. There's something to it that I could pick it up and be like, okay, for the price point, this is something different, and it looks different, but it feels different. But that's not really what they go for. So I would pass on it. There's just, the appointments are all too, these all play relatively like every other guitar that they make. The next is the Troublemaker Telly. Oh, this one sounds naughty. The Troublemaker features a bound mahogany body with maple top, custom Carbonita pickguard, and lacquer finish, all powered by a pair of Shawbucker 1T and 2T humbucking pickups. They really are pushing this whole Tim Shaw humbucker thing. I don't care. I don't know. It's a cool looking guitar. Would have been cooler maybe with Gretsch pickups and a Bigsby. Oh wait, I have that guitar already. I had Rebel Relic make it for me. Yeah. And then this like oversized headstock. You know what it seems like? This doesn't seem like the parallel universe. This seems like, because in a parallel universe, Fender would be run properly. This looks like you got guys who are going, you know what would be cool? What if I put this with this and this? And this is basically, wasn't the Pawn Shop series the same thing where people took parts and they were like, the Pawn Shop series, the idea is we're going to have parts. And that's all this looks like. Someone took parts and was like, we'll put this on this and this on this. And, we'll repackage it, resell it as under this cool parallel universe. I just don't dig this at all. I'm really not liking it. Well, nothing's really jumping out at me. Now, if something you like dig, if you dig this Troublemaker Telly because you want humbuckers in a Telly and you like that look, okay. I would rather have a 72 Deluxe if I wanted that. I don't know. That's just me. So then we have the White Guard Strat. Which, the White Guard? Okay, it's basically like, I think Warmouth's been making this for years. If you wanted they call it the hybrid. But it's basically like a Stratocaster with the Telly electronics now. So, which is actually somewhat cooler looking. So now they've done, well, we've done the Telly with the Strat, all the Strat parts. Let's make the Strat with all the Telly parts. And again, I'm sure, I haven't even looked, but I can just tell you these things are going to be 9.5 radius with a C shape. Yeah, and they gave it the Telly headstock. I would say if you don't like the way a Telly feels in your hand, but you want a Telly sound, you want that, I would recommend that guitar might be worth it. It looks kind of cool too. I would never get it, but it looks cool. If I saw somebody with it, I wouldn't think to myself, that was a bozo purchase. Not that I see people playing guitars and I think that. Only every day. No, not often, actually. I don't really see that. But that actually is a cool-looking guitar. I would say that would be a cool-looking guitar. Because it's basically like playing a Telly with the comfort of a Strat. Having the Telly with all the Strat stuff, it just looks ugly, but it looks wrong. The next is the Telly Thinline Super Deluxe. This is like, we couldn't think of what to do, so we made this. TV Jones classic pickups on a semi-hollow. Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad guitar. As a looker, it's awful looking, especially the orange that I have here. It's just terrible looking. But it is it's got something different as pickups that you won't really see on another Strat Telly type of guitar, and for that, that's good. Again, if it has the 9.5, I just don't see. Again, that you know, those two right there, the White Guard and the Tele Thin Line Super Deluxe, I could see just being in their regular line of guitars. I'm not really sure I see this as being like the wacky parallel universe. I don't know. And so far, the only thing I've seen that looks somewhat really as like that's stepping into something new is the Meteora, until you play it, and then it has the same appointments as everything that they've made in the past 30 years. So you're going to be like, who cares? Next, we have the Jaguar Strat. The Jaguar Strat, it's basically how that sounds. It's taking all the Jaguar electronics and putting it on a Strat. Looks-wise, it's similar to a Strat. It's basically like having a Strat, but with more awkward controls and things you don't need. And then that awful bridge. I always liked the idea of, I always had the idea of like, why wouldn't you make like a jazz bass Strat? Like where the pickguard is full. I mean, you know, similar controls. I think that would be cool. But this, I give it about a 5. And the color they came out with is just awful. And then the last thing they have is the 51 Tele PJ bass, which is just basically like a 51 Tele bass, but they added the jazz bass pickup in it as well. Which I'm sure you could find people that have done that on their own. I wouldn't necessarily say that it is a something wacky. Oh, and then it has the 63 P bass profile. Wonderful. So that's the series, and I'm not really sure. Like, I mean, I see, when I see a series like this, I see it as being like a desperation. I'm not really understanding what the point of all that is. It just seems like they're trying to get you excited about something that's really not that exciting. If I show you the guitar that I was just playing, in fact, let me show you. So this is a Mexican Strat. It's made in Arctic White. I put the Graphtec saddles on this. The pickups are a DiMarzio Area 58 in the neck, Area 58 in the middle, and a DiMarzio Pro 54 in the bridge. The neck is made of Wenge, and it's got a Clapton V shape, which is great. The fingerboard is ebony. I've had it scalloped on the very, I don't know if you can see that, but from the 18th, 19th, 20th, 21, and 22, from the 3rd string down, have a small scallop so I can get underneath it nice. I put the Dan Smith logo in there. It's actually in there with paint that was lasered out and then put in with paint. This guitar I'll put up against anything that Fender makes currently, and I think when all was said and done, this thing cost me $800. The guitar I bought brand new on Craigslist for $300 off someone. Well, it was used, but it was in brand new condition. I sold the pickguard with all the electronics out of it, and I put a whole new pickguard in with new electronics. It's got the saddles. I sold the neck also on Craigslist. Anyways, it's an amazing playing guitar. Let me show you one more. This is a Rebel Relic. Now, it was Relic like this when I got it. This has a V-neck, 2 TV Jones Classics, a Bigsby, again, like, even this would be really cool if Fender made anything like this. But again, they would probably make it with a C-neck, 9.5 radius. This is I believe this is a 9.5, but I prefer a 12 or compound. But this has a really nice V, and that's something that you can't get, you know, too much out of unless you buy something from a custom shop with Fender, or you buy like the Clapton Strat, which I brought up in a past video. Anyways, so the bottom line is I just think that Fender took a shot and did a miss. In a parallel universe, Fender would have a thumb on the pulse of what people want, I guess, and this is their view of a parallel universe, which again is just more of the same of what goes on at Fender. I wasn't impressed. That's all I'll say about that. Anyways, that's all I have for today. As always, very good.
I want you to meet my friend over there. That's Scott Thorson. Thank you, Scott.
You're right on target.
Right on the money. Everything you said.
You hit the nail right on the head with your comments, what you're saying today.
You're 150% correct.